What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys, well, with another market watch today. You know, there's so much things happening within the market, within the meta, within the game, that decks gotta evolve. And if you're whatever deck you're playing, if you didn't do good this weekend, you more than likely have to evolve. Going into this weekend, I think everybody felt like, and maybe still true, that Drytrons were the biggest deck in the house. But looking at all the data from all the events that happened, I think Tri-Brigade might be the deck to beat and not Drytrons. Your Veilers might be Ghost Spells, and I think that might be happening moving forward. Nevertheless, nobody's ready to play against Shaddolls or the new version, Despia, and Despia variants, by the way. Looking at Dawn of Matchy going to be coming out soon, I think it's crazy for anyone not to go ahead and think the fact that Despias aren't going to be a real thing. Dawn of Matchy ships out 8/13. Less than a month away, and this is going to be huge for anybody out there, whether you are playing a Despia variant or you're playing whatever deck you're playing now and looking to play against Despia variant. You better know what this deck does or you'll be the first to lose it. Respect the deck or lose to it. Real quickly, by the way, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Why not? Looking over at King's Court, I just want to say real quickly, my son, boom, yesterday pulled Winged Dragon of Ra Secret Millennium Rare. Now, to be honest with you, I really don't care about this card. I don't think he cares about the card. I might sell it and just buy more packs of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or ask him if he wants to play. Like, it just, once again, I'm not a collector. I'm a competitive collector, kind of. And I don't care about this card. He doesn't care about this card. But I know there are a lot of people out there that do. So much so that the Secret Rare Millennium Rares start at $325 for an Obelisk, almost near $400 for a Ring Dragon of Ra, and over $600 for a Slife of the Sky Dragon. But that's not even the cool things about King's Court. That's only cool for collectors. Congratulations, Konami. You made collectors rare, and then you made a new rarity that's actually meant for collectors. You just skipped it over. The card everyone's really excited about is definitely going to be Lightning Storm. If you want to buy a collector's rare Lightning Storm, you can pay the original Secret Rare price point of roughly around $123. And by the way, if you want an Ultra Rare version of Lightning Storm, that's roughly around $39 and dropping. Keep an eye on that. That will drop. But if you want a Starlight Rare Lightning Storm, the one I highly recommend if you're looking to get a collector's rare, I think you should get it right now. I mean, it's roughly around $440. Seems like a lot? Well, you were just about to pay $120 for CR, which makes no sense. And by the way, if you still somehow hold the Secret Rare version of Lightning Storm, no big deal. That Secret Rare version of the card is roughly around $75. It's almost not worth to buy the Secret Rare. You might want to buy the Collector's Rare, but if you could buy the Collector's Rare, would you put more money for the Lightning Storm Starlight Rare? Because out of all these, the one that would hold the most value would more than likely be Starlight Rare. Then we have Reinforcement of the Army, probably the best card in King's Court. A card that's a one-of, a card that has potential to be used in Gold format, definitely used in the current format with strikers out and about, and just used in any other type of format. A card that's definitely a must-have card for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. Reinforcement Army right now from a verifiable seller is roughly around $150, and you only need one, but it's a lot. Then we have Rescue Rabbit. And once again, King's Court is such a weird set because there was so many cards that desperately needed a reprint. And I'm not saying Rescue Rabbit did not need a reprint. It just, did it need a collector's rare reprint? I mean, we have the Secret Rare already. And looking at Rescue Rabbit right now, it's roughly around, what, $68 for a first edition version of a CR. Then again, you can get the Secret Rare version from Photon Shockwave, which looks way nice if you want my honest opinion. Looking at the Secret version of the card, it's down to roughly around $50. I would highly recommend you pick this up if you don't have it already. Not that this card is doing anything, but it's still a great card to have. Came out of Photon Shockwave. Definitely going to be a card you're going to want to grab in the future. And then we have CR United number 39 Utopia. Why would we not have this card? This card price point is a joke at $56, being the fact that the actual infinitely better looking version of this card is roughly around $500. Yeah, wasn't that like $250 at one point? Anyway, looking at Lightning Overdrive, I mean, look at Black Rose Dragon. The Starlight version of this card is roughly around $500. Let's double check. No, it's not. It's $575 for a Black Rose Dragon. Nevertheless, still a little bit down from a $600 price tag. This is the hover price. I think this is as low as it's going to go before it potentially goes back up. Keep an eye on that card. Line of the Light Charmer came out, and I mean, it's roughly around $350, which It's a lot of money. You better be definitely using this card if you was to put this card in your deck. And then we look at the rest of the cards. That's just not Starlight Rares. Divided the Herod at one point was 90s down to 60. That's the hover price. Maybe the Fafnir was roughly around 20. Now it's barely holding on to $14. And then got a lot of great other cards in this set, like the Amazement cards, which I think is amazing. No pun intended. I really do think this is a great deck core. Dark Honest, roughly around $9. Not bad. Book of Lunar Eclipse, another great card, $6. Then again, you get the Starlight Rare Book of Lunar Eclipse, which nobody's looking at right now, by the way. And this card roughly is about $125. Not a bad price point for his Starlight Rare. Fantastical Dragon Fantasma is probably one of the best cards nobody's playing right now. Well, I should say nobody's playing right now, except those who recently topped this past weekend's event. And looking at Fantasma, the card right now, what's the market price? We're looking at 33, and then you go over here and you grab the card. This card right here, there's so many mod plays. Okay, here, let me just clean it up a little bit. All right, look, why they give me the foreign cards is beyond me. Like, comment down below if you buy foreign cards so I could point and laugh at you, and then tell you please stop buying it, because we got multiple people selling foreign cards. Who's buying these cards? Anyway, unlimited version of the cards roughly around $30. If you want a first edition version of Fantasma, no big deal. That first edition version is going to run you roughly around $41, right? Is it? Oh, that's Spanish. Okay, let's get an English one. English one, yeah, about $41. Okay, that's only for the secret version of Fantasma in America, first edition. Let you play to near mint, and it did that. Okay, Okay, here we go. All right. If you want an Ultra Rare from Dual Overload, roughly around $6. The 2020 Super Rare is roughly around $5. And the Go Rare is a joke. Look at Shadow Schism as a card you definitely need to get as soon as possible. Shadow Schism out of Rise of the Duelist right now is roughly around $35. This card was down to around 20s last week, and now it's upwards of $35. If you do not have your copy, get it quickly. It is going to go higher. But wait a minute, Paisano. I thought you said that we're going to be having a Megaton in my imagination. Yes, I definitely did say that in your head, and it's true. And there's a good chance this will get a reprint. Absolutely. In a couple of months. Physical Yu-Gi-Oh events are going to start opening up back soon. Konami officially announced as of 4 days ago, physical events are a green light. They're the go. And more than likely, soon afterwards, we'll start hearing about regional events and maybe even potentially a YCS event. It's about to be go time. Do you have your pants down to your ankles? Why? Get ready, get your deck. Now, you can save a couple of bucks and wait to the Megatons. I don't blame you. But if a physical event happens soon, if a physical event like a regionals or YCS is announced, all these cards in this market are going to go crazy. And somehow, there's going to be someone going, no, Paisano, they won't go crazy because everybody has their cards. What about everybody else that's not doing remote duels? That's a ton of people. And those people now immediately have to buy all their cards as soon as possible for their regionals and or YCS. I think a YCS would be massive, by the way. For anyone that wants to not go to YCS because of the, the thing, that's fine. I won't make fun of you. Go ahead. Stay home. Wear a condom and diapers. Alright, then we got Nadia's Servant. So, I announced this on my Discord a couple of days ago, and I was supposed to do a market watch, and I never got a chance to do it because I've been really busy, whatever. But, I am now officially playing Dogmatica in Shadow Invoked. Getting ready for Despius. Because Despius might be playing all this together. I don't know how it's going to work myself, but it's going to be a thing. Looking at the Nadia's Servant, it is susceptibly low because it's not. The market price shows it to be $73, and you might say, oh, $66. Yeah, besides the $5 shipping, that's not even the good version. Look at this. Look at this. Ready? Besides goofy Japanese rares that scrubs play with, for anyone that actually plays the game competitively, you're paying roughly around $78 to $80 a copy for Nadia's Servant. Yeah. Once again, you go back to the 10s. I don't blame you at this point because this is a lot of money. The core of Dogmatica, this is a cheap, small core. It's going to roughly run you around like $300. That's very conservative. But you're definitely going to need a Nadia's Servant. And let's not forget the fact, and let's not pretend that Konami is reprinting everything. The Megaton this year is going to be like every year. There's going to be a couple of cards that are not going to get reprinted. Why? I don't know. That's how Konami works. Now, there could be, we could get lucky, and it could be really bad secret rares that are not reprinted, which is something I would definitely want to buy into. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'll make a video talking about it. But if they somehow, some way, Don't put Nadia Servant in the Megatins. One, would you be surprised? Two, why are you surprised? It's Konami. Of course they would do things like that. They're mean, and they want you to buy some other goofy stuff. But three, and more importantly, if it could be any of the Dogmatica cards, and some of them would get rarity upgrades. I mean, Nadia Servant Prismatic Secret Rare will definitely look better than Secret Rare, and the price point being $80 will be a joke, being the fact that the Prismatic Secret would be roughly around $20. Ecclesia can get an upgrade, and the price of Ecclesia would actually go down because of it. Both versions. And you could be able to get a Prismatic Secret Rare Ecclesia for roughly around, what, $15, $20. We saw it happen with IP Masquerena. So, there's definitely a potential chance to have these cards go lower in value. Now, with that said, you are rolling a dice. If the Nadia Servant is not in the Megatins, more than likely, it's going to be going up in value. So, hopefully, it's in the Megatins. That's what I'm trying to say. Triple Tactics Talents is a card you need. Don't worry about it. It's on a sale right now. All you gotta do is pay $120. Oh, by the way, after that one's gone, $130 for Triple Tactics Talents. Now, some of you might go, well, Paisano, I really don't like paying that kind of money. That's fine. I have a solution for you. Grab Pot of Greed. It's banned. No big deal. But you're probably not going to be doing that well without it. This card feels a lot like Fantasma. Fantasma of our generation, where Fantasma used to be 120, and yeah, you can not play with it, but if you played with it pretty good, that's what Triple Tactics Talents is. Once again, this is definitely a great potential card to be reprinted. Will it be? No one knows. Oh, Paisano, I know. I have a guy that works at Konami. My dad works at Konami. Okay. Realistically, we don't know what's going to happen. And I do hope this card definitely gets a reprint because the price point is too damn high. Looking at Red Eye's Dark Dragoon, one of my favorite cards to Triple Tactics Talent take and kill your opponent with. This card right now is roughly around, well, roughly around $95. I wish this was a filter. Cards that I can play with versus cards that waste my time by looking at them, because I would just click that filter and hopefully it sticks. Anyway, looking at Red Eye's Dragoon, I do think that this card is definitely a card that Yugioh players are going to start playing because they don't want to get smacked with Nibiru. Can't blame them. The problem with that is Red Eye's Dragoon is a card that loses 2 talents. Think about it. You go ahead and you make your Veda Anakane. You pay 2,000 life points. You bring out your Dragoon. Okay? You got Dragoon out. Pass turn. I proc an effect. You negate. That guy's 4,000. I talent. I take him. Okay? And then I just go ahead and activate effect. Blow your life points up. So you take about 500 damage. So one second. You pay 2k. So you're at 25, basically. And then I swing over 4k. So, what is that, 65? I need to put 1,500 more damage on board. Can decks do that? So, people play Dragoon, people play Talents. That's how it works right now. Okay, then we have Ghost Spell and Haunted Mansion. Now, you can get any version except the Gold, have respect for yourself, of Ghost Spell and Haunted Mansion. If you want to get the highest rarity, the secret version of this card, no big deal. The secret version of Ghost Spell and Haunted Mansion right now is roughly around $40. 40 unlimited. Secret version of this card is roughly around $60. And then, of course, if you want to get Underwood Gods of the Close Word, I don't blame you. Because, listen, Ignitus is a really good deck for the unprepared, or those who do not know how to deal with Ignisters. And Underwood Gods is one of those cards that you might need in order to stop it. And if you have the room, this is a great card to play. 1, waifu tax. 2, the card actually is amazing. Current price for the card is roughly around $24. And to be honest with you, this card's really, really good at just getting rid of problems. I mean, cards that aren't affected, this card doesn't care about because it has a kaiju-like effect to just use your opponent's monsters in order to make it. Really, really good effect that is highly on the value. And I definitely think this card's going to start seeing more play the minute Yu-Gi-Oh players realize that this card can easily be abused in the meta. Up next, well, Salamangreat, one of the cheapest deck cores to buy that can actually still do really well. Fun fact, Salamangreat player actually made, I believe it was day 2 or if not top 64 with no access code talker. That's not bad for a deck that came out of a star deck. Salamangreat is definitely a really, really cheap deck right now that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are slowly starting to play into. They say, hey, listen, I don't want to pay a lot of money in this meta. 1, I don't blame you. But also, I can just play Salamangreats dirt cheap and still get great results. And you're not wrong whatsoever. But if you do want to buy access code talker, it's on sale. No, I'm joking. The card's actually roughly around $150 for access code talker. And you just about need it almost every single deck in this meta. Every single deck except Shadows. If you play Exco Talker Shadows, don't play Shadows. You want to play something else, just do it already. But other than that, just about every single deck in this game, in fact, a deck like Strikers needs Access Code Talker. Little fun fact, if you're playing Strikers, you don't want to see Fantasma. If you see Fantasma, you're probably not going to be happy. Also, Tri-Brigade is starting to play Fantasma, Prankies is playing Fantasma, and any Dow variant just about plays Fantasma. So you have to have a ways to like dance around that. Basically, you have used an Ash Blossom to stop your opponent from doing an effect in order to use their effect to stop you from doing your effects. Weird? That's the meta we're in right now. Don't get me wrong, I think the YCS and all the events this past weekend were really good, and the diversity of the meta was pretty decent. It was not bad. I do think that Tri-Brigade is definitely starting to have an overflow of the top list of all the metas right now, but it's only because people are playing Ash, because Ash hurts Drytron more, because you want to Ash to move better Fafnir, but that might get swapped up for Bells, and if you're playing Bells against Tri-Brigade, then we might see more Drytrons top. So it's one of those things where it's like die or be killed, but that's the meta right now. Doesn't matter. Like I said, Shadows is definitely one of the best decks that nobody's preparing about. Shadow Dogmatic Invoke is definitely a deck that's been catching people off guard. And with Despia coming out soon, don't worry about Drytron or Tri-Brigade. Shadow, Despia variants are going to be all over the place. And unlike Tri-Brigade, and unlike Drytrons, you really can't meta versus a deck that has like 8 different versions. I can't wait to play this deck. I'm not sure if you guys, whatever. Listen, I really appreciate everyone watching my videos. I'm going to be going back to live streaming soon, on daily. I'm getting my Dogmatic core in today. I'm going to put the deck together and just about sell every single thing. Maybe I'll keep Tri-Brigade for funsies, but every other deck I'm probably pretty much getting rid of as I get ready to play this deck and wait for the release of Dawn of Majesty. Another little fun fact, I might be going to an event for the weekend when this set comes out, so I'll be streaming on Twitch. Because I already have a second phone put to the side to stream that event, and I'd love to know if you guys want to check that out. It's your boy V, and you boys all have a great day.